Hey everybody. Today we're doing another implicit differentiation problem. We're going to be looking at the cruciform, 9x squared plus 4y squared minus x squared y squared equals 0. We want to get the equation of the line tangent to this graph at 4, negative 2 root 3. So when we're doing implicit differentiation in a problem like this, we want to view y as a function of x, even though it's technically not, and then differentiate the entire equation with respect to x. Whenever we get to a term with a y in it, we're going to have to use the chain rule because y is being viewed as a function of x. So we differentiate the entire equation. 9x squared differentiates to 18x. 4y squared differentiates to 8y times dy dx, using that chain rule. When we differentiate x squared y squared, we need not only a chain rule, but also a product rule. We're going to do the derivative of x squared, 2x, times y squared, so the derivative of the first times the second, plus the first, x squared, times the derivative of the second, 2y times dy dx, using the chain rule again. Okay, now the whole goal here is to get dy dx on its own. So let's distribute that negative sign through, and then collect all the dy dx terms on one side and all the terms without a dy dx on the other. Now I want to factor out the dy dx on the left-hand side and divide by that factor. Overall, dy dx is 2xy squared minus 18x over 8y minus 2x squared y. That left-hand side should obviously read dy dx. Okay, so we're supposed to get a line tangent at the point 4, negative 2 root 3. So we've got to plug in those values. Dy dx at 4, negative 2 root 3. Simplifying all of this, we get 1 over 2 times the square root of 3. Let's use point-slope form. So we have the point 4, negative 2 root 3, and the slope 1 over 2 root 3. So we get y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Simplifying that a little bit, y equals 1 over 2 root 3x minus 8 over root 3. Now, if you're old school, you aren't going to like the fact that there are radicals in the denominator, so let me satisfy you by rationalizing those denominators. Finally, let's conclude by seeing a graph. Here's that cruciform. You can see why it's got that name, 9x squared plus 4x plus 4y squared minus x squared y squared equals 0. And I've thrown in the tangent line at that point. Y equals 1 over 2 root 3x minus 8 over the square root of 3.